You won't know where the hammer if that's the case.
Children. What?
I think that's your sister too, don't
It says it's 2 o'clock right
Dude, talk to her. Yes, you know where they are. Up shelf. Make sure you bring it back when you're done. Gabby?
I need help
What?
from 2 in the book.
Number 1.
2 in the book.
Okay. Says, use the action-reaction forces all the time. Explain how action-reaction forces work when you walk, climb stairs, roll over, or do a push-up. So any one of those. So think about how any of those things happen. What's the action force for doing a push-up? Push on the ground, right? What's the reaction force? Your body goes up in the air. You can't use that one because I gave that one away. Now think about one of the others. Hold on to it. I'll let you walk over the enough with the squeaky voices. Set, making set. About 7 minutes left.
Girl with blonde hair?
No. Even when you press your half the bounce your head up and down.
No.
Sure, you don't. He's not the brown. No, he makes me even more depressed.
Make sure your name is on both
Shut
pieces
up.
of paper, please.
Okay. Oh Lord, help. Sure.
Julie, turn off his phone. Don't be sorry, just don't do it wrong. Just say okay.
The lead. I call her short stack. If she equals me here. No, seriously.
Julian, turn face front. You're talking now. Your lips are moving, and your tongue is moving, and your mouth is open. Stop doing those. Wish you like a
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Hold these things out because you guys are bugging me.
It's bugging me that the clock isn't moving. I need to know. Am I bugging you? Girl, wait, no. Girl. Oh, it's not the job. I'm Pam. Am I bugging you?
Huh?
I'm Pam.
Is everybody fucking
Am I right now?
Oh, I thought she said Pan.
What? Pam?
I'm Pam.
Oh, Pan. Yeah.
I thought she meant a pan like what you
No,
on the stove.
Pan's. No, Pan means second. I am too.
I'm bi. Mostly gay.
I know a friend. No, I'm not. I know a friend that is trans. Yeah.
You know, Raina trade spots.
Sadie.
What?
Raina trade spots.
No.
Tabitha.
Yeah.
But Raina's Pam.
She said she's.
Sadie said she was bi.
Yeah. Me and her dated. She asked me today and when if we could still be friends.
Yeah, I saw you hanging out with her, and she said you were friends too.
Yeah.
She's my best friend, so she tells me everything.
She tells you everything.
Basically.
Oh no. Delete all your texts.
She says she is.
Everything.
remember.
That means when she's on her.
Yeah, she says she's in real life 17. Like acting like 17.
17. And I am a. Where, Emma? Where is everybody's friggin' ID cards?
I have one.
My behind. Speaking of which, Tabitha. Tabitha.
I put this book back up there and you didn't notice.
Cooper.
Would you ever
You're in a contrasting.
Would you ever wear a Speedo?
Oh my god, no. What did you get for I don't ever wear. Yes, on every single thing. That's why we wear.
No. Well,
Like I
then,
did
then in school we wear.
Carter, I did the actual problem. No.
Because we're like,
I'm still recording. I'm recording. No, give it back.
Seeing if it's time, you're invited. This is the reason I kind of did.
Look up at the smart board. Rude. Yes! Freedom! I'm bringing a book home. I have homework. Free Tom? What is Free Tom?
Y'all know who I am.
I've been recording. Don't ow! Hey!
Next time I'll aim for the throat.
You hear that, guys? Next time, just aim for the throat.
What does that mean? It means you're dead, huh?
Oh no.
I won't get to see Ace tomorrow. I'll try to get back tomorrow.
I think you're probably still watching the book.
You know what? Oh. Hi.
This is what I was doing in class. Recording.
Yeah. I had to run away from my teacher. I had to run as fast as I could because I had to sneak out.
Okay, now give me.
Because they were starting to dismiss us, so I had to sneak out. They were dismissing us, and I just like, okay, goodbye. So I just start running and like open up the door. I was like, oh my god, they're chasing after me.
Freedom!
I just started running and screaming. And I was running as fast as I could without getting.
I have to go slowly down the stairs because I'm in high heels.
I could run as fast
Can
as I
you
could
hold this
without-
before I fall? Thank you.
I was running really fast without getting. Yeah, for a while.
Oh, there goes him. So the guy with the purple hair that just passed us, okay? The guy with the purple hair, the purplish pinkish hair, that just passed us on the stairs. He really wanted to punch the guy who punched John.
The guy who punched John's name smacked him.
No, it's Cody.
No, Cody?
Yeah, Cody.
Which one?
I don't know his last name, but Cody punched John in the second hour. Yeah.
So,
I'm recording,
there was
so
another-
we can't swear because my mom has a YouTube channel.
there's another, there's another person that punched John in the face.
Okay, who did that?
Ethan, and I smacked him on his back of his head. I smacked him a good one on the back of his head, made that click sound too.
Crack. I think I heard something crack. We have orchestra, don't we?
Yes, and I forgot my violin out. I was looking for my bus, and I was like, oh dang, my bus is here, and I was like, oh my god, my violin's in my room. So I have to get on the bus.
Now you have to hold this. You have to hold this. Stairs and high heels don't mix. You know that. While videotaping, that equals broken bones.
I used to wear high heels when I was 3. Except they weren't that high.
At least you're not wearing like 5 inches of high heels. Do you see these?
Because if you're holding it like when you're running down the stairs,
Why would I be running down the stairs? What? What are we doing? What?
Adults drunk. We have a lot to do today. So I need you listening right now. For your turn. Mason, this is not, I just got done saying, hey, we've got a lot to do today. Get going. For your journal, you are thinking about nicknames. I'm not talking over you. None of you are talking right now. For your journal, you are thinking about nicknames. You might have a nickname. You might know someone with a nickname. I can even think of celebrities and athletes. Take the hood off. Just look. The question I'm asking you is to tell me about some nicknames that you've heard of. Either nicknames for yourself, nicknames for friends or family, or maybe it is even like famous people nicknames. And I want you to tell me what's the story behind the nickname. And then after you've told me about a couple nicknames, you told Wesley. You too. After you told me about the person's nickname and the story behind it, I want you to tell me, why do you think people come up with nicknames? Nearly every single culture, every language, there are nicknames. Nicknames are super, super common in our culture. What's the purpose of nicknames? You already have a name that your parents gave you when you were born. What's the purpose of a nickname? You have 5 minutes. Talk to me all about nicknames. We're not working on your magazine cover right now. If you have a magazine open, close it. We're done with that. We're working on your journal.
What do you do when you're done?
You told me about nicknames. You told me the story behind those nicknames, and you told me about why people have nicknames.
Yeah.
Okay, open it up. Let me see it.
This?
Brianna, I don't want to hear you. Sky, I think you can tell me some more.
I don't know.
Just finish saying there are so many people who have nicknames in their culture. It's not always just why do we have nicknames? What's the purpose? This is going back here. So whenever you need it, hang it out right here. Okay. Why do people have James, one warning, if you're on a website you're not supposed to be, I'm just going to log out today. So James, I'm asking you to close it. James, can you please close it?
just can't find it. I'm done.
$30 seconds, finish it up.
What? I don't even know why that's there. See, there's your candy. Ugh.
10 seconds, I'm going to ask you in a second, why do you think people have nicknames?
The frick is wrong with you?
Kyle, please put it away.
These things are just. I don't even like to
Okay,
stick. I don't even
monitors
know.
up.
This one?
Here.
No, I'm done. I'm closing that out.
I really need you following along today. We don't have time for side conversations. So shut your monitors off really quick. Why do you think people have nicknames? What's the purpose of a nickname? What do you think? Everyone's monitor is off now. Everyone's monitor is off. If your monitor is on, I'm just going to make you log off. I shouldn't have to ask 3 times. James, it should be quick. Like as soon as I ask, shut it off, okay? So why do we have nicknames? Yeah, Deborah, what do you think? I've heard of that one. Some people have told me I've got a name that is super hard to pronounce right, or I've got a name that's hard to remember, and so it's really easy for me to just give a nickname. Sure, wow. Yeah. Sometimes you're being silly with friends, and something comes about and just sticks. Yeah.
If you just want to not, if you don't want to call your friends by their real name, you could just make up a nickname for them. Like me and Cheyenne, we made a nickname
Hey, stop
from
it.
our friend Jason. We called him
Yeah. Please stop the whistling. Yeah. I think it's funny how nicknames can come about when you know somebody so well that you are literally giving them like a new name. Yeah, Reagan.
Well, I mean, I kind of, on my soccer team, I have like 4 different nicknames. Like one on my soccer team, like when somebody wants to like pass me the ball, they just say, Reagster, go up. And so, and that just kind of like stuck because like, I guess Reagan was just too hard for them to say on the slide. So they just said Reagster, and I guess I thought was easier. So now my family calls me that, and like everybody else. I've never heard you. No, it's not right.
Others. Why do we have nicknames? Deontay.
But some people don't like the names that their mom or dad gave them, so they want to make their own.
I have had quite a few people today tell me they do not like their name. They just don't like it. And they have a
love
name
my
that they
name.
much more prefer to be called. And I thought, you know what? If you're the person that's going to be called whatever you want to be called, you should be able to have some say. Yeah. There are some cultures where you are born without a name and you don't get a name for quite a while. Kind of interesting. Kyle, what do you think?
Just in case I have to have long names, you can check.
Yeah. Some of you just have long names. Your parents get burnt out of saying your full name all the time. They might come up with a name that is a little bit shorter, maybe shorten your name. James. Some people are lazy. Jayla. Hold on. I can't hear Jayla. The side conversations need to stop.
My grandma doesn't like being called grandma, so we call her Gina. And when the first day that I came over, she was talking to my mom, and she's like, so what is her name? She's like, Jade, what? She's like, no, that's too hard to remember. And then she just started calling me my siblings nicknames like Shingling and Idiot and Thunder Thighs.
Yeah. And eventually, yeah, those are good names too. I think eventually one of those names just sticks, right, Kayla?
My friends call me
Yeah.
Tabby
With my
Cat.
pets, with my pets,
What?
they get lots of names,
Yeah.
and then eventually one just sticks. Okay, bring it back. Now we're all just listening to Tristan. Go ahead.
Well, I think sometimes they give nicknames your parents or like family members give you nicknames to be funny. Because Boogie doesn't sound anything like Tristan, and that was my nickname when I was growing up.
Yeah.
What?
So I've noticed that a lot of names have nothing to do with your actual name. Definitely. Okay, I gotta stop us there. We need to move on. There's a reason the lights are off. I'm gonna show you some new things today.
Oh
What you
God.
need to know. A couple things. First, I can't be talking over you the whole hour. So a lot of these side conversations just need to stop right now. I need you listening, not talking. I'll ask you to raise your hand at certain points today. Please, no side conversations right now. Second, you are done with magazine covers. This is what I'm talking about. This needs to stop. I'm working on grading them. I'm working on printing them. If you are in Win with me, my Win people will start pulling down the magazine covers around the room, and we'll put up yours very soon. It's going to take some time. I'm still fighting with the printer too. It's coming. James, I'm just letting you know right now, if you talk anymore, I'm asking you to call them and I'm filling out a referral. So I'm just tired of talking over you. Okay? Just so you know. Even though we are done with magazine covers, our learning target, where we are trying to create something that is appealing, is still the same learning target. What does it mean if something is appealing?
It catches their eye very quickly.
Say that again.
It catches your eye very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly and easily. It's eye-catching. What else?
Looks interesting.
It looks interesting, definitely. Mira, what else?
Just visually likable. Or
Yeah. Visually likable. I like that phrase. Yeah. One more, Connor.
if it's food, it looks appetizing.
Appetizing is a way to describe appealing food. We're adding another word. All of the magazine covers you made are considered graphics. We're going to be making a different kind of graphic today. And I want to ask you, what is a graphic? Where have you heard that word? Yeah. Okay. A book or genre. Okay. Where else?
A graphic novel. Graphic novel.
A graphic novel is a novel that has quite a bit of what?
Pictures.
And so when I think of a graphic, I think of pictures, I think of images. Yeah.
Oh, like if someone dies, like falls off something and gets splattered, graphic.
It's considered graphic. It gives a really image in your head. One more, Kaylee. A graphic designer is someone who participates in graphic arts, who is making graphic arts. So my 8th graders, they have been working on making graphics in Photoshop. And my 8th graders, can you put it down, please? Just stand, put them down. My 8th graders, a lot of them I know are going to take graphic arts as their elective in 9th grade. So when you get to 9th grade,
What?
I'm just going to stop. There's too much noise. There's too many things going on. There's people playing with their lanyards. There's people squeaking their chairs. There's people who are not looking up here and listening. So I'll just wait. And if there's any time that we waste here, I will just take it back after the bump. Please, show me to be respectful and listen. Connor, please put the feet down. Scott, I'm talking about you.
What?
My 8th graders are preparing themselves to take graphic arts. Some of them are getting real ready to take graphic arts. And what's cool about graphic arts is that it is not only a class at Denfeld, but they are the ones who are going to be in charge of. Okay, James, go wait outside the door. Because you're talking. Be honest. The weight up there. I can see your mouth moving. Just go.
Yeah, you can see I'm off of it, but that's okay. Because then you have to off it.
They are going to be the ones who make all of the posters. They make every poster that you see at Denville. So the posters for football games, the posters for homecoming, the posters for dress-up days, for dances, things like that, they will be in charge of. Those are all graphics. They have to be eye-catching or else you're not going to go to those things. Yeah, Mira.
So, so is it like digital graphic art having to use like a drawing tablet of some kind, or?
Yeah, and I think of, when I think of graphics, I think about images that were specifically made on a computer that can maybe make you feel a certain way without words. They might be used with words, but primarily there's something you can visually take in, right? Emojis. My Friday win did a Kahoot that was all emojis, and you had to look at all the different emojis and what they made combined. So one had a guy who was an emoji with glasses, it had a lightning bolt, and it had
Harry Potter.
I think it was school, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was Harry Potter. And so be able to take images and infer or feel something, that's a graphic. Today you're going to make a graphic, and the example is in front of you.
Wait, Sky's right
In front of you. There is an example on that sheet of paper.
Oh, so no example over there.
You are stopping class. Could you please stop? I want you to take that sheet of paper in front of you. And I want you to look at it. Here's where I need you to not shut anything out. I'm just going to say this once. We are behind right now. Right now, I'm going to make sure you get to the end of this lesson like my last two classes did. But right now, that means that you will be going over the bell. And I'll be keeping you in a passing time. Unless the side conversation stops. Unless you show me you were listening. What is this thing in front of you? Someone raise your hand. Or tell me, where have you seen this thing? Yeah, Logan.
Isn't it like a pamphlet thing?
It's like a pamphlet. It might have another name. Some restaurants have these. Where else? It's a brochure. It's a specific type of brochure.
I've seen it at funerals before.
Huh?
I've seen a pamphlet at funerals.
You've seen a pamphlet at funerals. This is a little bit of a different one.
Yo, that's raw.
Now we're stopping class for you. Now we're stopping for you. Reagan.
Well, I don't really know what it is, but Key Largo, when I saw this, I didn't really know. I knew this sounds like, I feel like a baby when I'm saying this, but like at first I didn't even know what it really was. I'm just like, what is that word? And then when I said it in my head, I just kept on singing the song Kokomo by the Beach Boys.
Oh my god,
It was just, I don't know how I did that. I just kept on singing, and I was like, okay, I know this word now.
Yeah. What is this Key Largo place? Where is it?
Isn't it the Bahamas?
Not quite.
Over there?
That was Danny Rand who was in the
I'm looking for hands. Mason.
Is it in Florida?
It is in Florida. And if you saw my picture that's in color, you might notice that it's actually off the coast of Florida. It's its own island. It's a place you can visit. This is what is called a travel brochure. You might see these in restaurants. Where else have you seen these? Raise your hands. Brianna. Could be like a mall. There's a couple other places I'm thinking of. Kaya.
The zoo?
Not quite. Ian. Not the place I'm looking for. You technically, if there was one of these for Duluth, you probably wouldn't need it because you know all of Duluth. So for you, you would need one of these if you were a tourist. A tourist might find one of these where? Rodney.
Where a little lip.
Reagan.
Like if you were in New York, Central Park, or like at the big, like the main part of the city, or place.
Mm-hmm. A couple places that you find these. At an airport, right when you land. In a hotel. And lastly, there are specific places called tourist information centers. Duluth has one. If you are a tourist, if you're not from Duluth, when you get here, a lot of people will stop right at what is called the Tourist Information Center. And they'll pick up a pamphlet just like this, but for Duluth. Now, when you look at this pamphlet, what does this have? Or how might this be beneficial for tourists? What's inside? Tristan, what's one thing?
It says sources.
We'll talk about the sources in a sec. Sky,
It has words.
not very helpful.
Yeah, they are.
Not for what we're talking about. I said, how might this be helpful for a tourist? Wyatt.
A map.
There's a map. So if you're a tourist, you're probably not familiar with the area. So a map is very helpful. What else is in there? Yeah. Some places to visit. Because again, guys, what is the deal? Why do I keep having to stop and ask you to stop talking? Why? Fix it right now. There are places to visit, like interesting places or landmarks to visit, because you wouldn't know where those are. I think all of you could write one of these for Duluth. What else is in here? Yeah.
Someone left their homework.
Okay, leave it. That's not the question I was asking. Macy, Sky, please go sit at the back. Every 2 seconds you're talking, so go back there.
There's a key.
Ah, there's a key for the map. Yeah, so you know what each thing is. Reagan.
Like important facts about you want to know?
Yeah. Important facts, interesting things. One more thing.
Like 3 places you could visit, like different places.
Your job. I don't know if we're going to get time to start it today. Sky, can I have you sit by the printer? That's what I wanted you to do. Your job over the next week is to make a travel brochure for a place of your choice.
Yes.
You get to pick. Today I need to show you not only how to make one of these, but I need to talk to you about a couple things that I think you are unfamiliar with. Ronnie, can you please stop the noises? Hold up, give directions on how to do it. Do you want to come in?
I even forgot he was out there. That wasn't making noise. That was me. Yo, did you like glue them on there? No, this was falling off.
Okay, you're looking up to the front.
My nana did.
What you need to know is that I am going to give you a blank version of this that looks like this. So I'm going to give you a blank version that looks like this. Can you just leave the stands, the mouses, you don't need them right now, please set them down so they're not making noise. Please set them down. I'm going to give you a blank version of this that you can use. And then you are going to pick a place. So give me a place, hopefully it's a place you want to do. A place I can make a travel brochure. I definitely could do one for you. I want you to try and pick somewhere outside of Minnesota.
Illinois.
So if you pick somewhere like Illinois, jail.
I know.
If you pick somewhere like Illinois, that's really... I'm just going to wait. I'm keeping you a minute after the bell right now. It's not fair that you keep talking. In a second, if you are talking, I am just going to give you the assignment. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I'm not going to tell you how to cite sources, how to do anything like that. I'm just going to say go, and if you don't get it, then I'm going to give you a 0 on it. And the reason for this is it's not fair that I'm trying to give you directions and you are just talking the entire time. It's so disrespectful. Last chance. if you pick somewhere like Illinois, that's way too big. There are so many facts, there are so many places to visit in Illinois, it's too big. What's a city in Illinois that you could do?
Like Springfield.
Yeah, you could do Springfield, what's another one? You could do Chicago. Say you did Chicago. That'd be an appropriate time. If you did Chicago, you have this, well, your monitor should be off right now. Everyone's monitor is off. Brianna, you're using the computer on. I'm going to wait until everyone's monitor is off. Shut off completely. If you pick Chicago for this place, you're going to get a blank version like this. You'll type Chicago in here. You've got a spot for your name. Wesley, can you just leave it? So it's not making noise. Can you leave it?
How long does it take to get a piece?
You might get a picture of the place that you are going to put here. So you might go to Google and you might type in like Chicago and you might see what sorts of pictures pop up. And you might say, you know what, I've got to have a picture of the Bean. Those of you that have ever been to Chicago, you know one of the landmarks is the Bean. You might decide you want this one. And so you might right click, copy image. You might come back over here, right click and paste it. And I think you know it's going to be really, really big. So you'll have to scale it down. There's an issue here though. The issue is that this picture is not a picture that you own. You did not take this picture. Someone else did. Someone else is the owner of it. So you have to do what? Someone raise your hand. Yeah, Wesley. Why are you talking? That's all I'm asking is for you to raise your hand. Yes. Radio.
You have to put the source, like the website you got it from, or like the person who took it, and the source.
Exactly. You have to cite your source. You have to explain where you got the image from. If you don't do this, I'm not giving you any points on the assignment, and this goes for every assignment going forward, all the way into the end of the semester. And I'm not the only teacher that will tell you this. There are plenty of teachers that will say if you don't cite your sources, then you are not getting any points. Where did I get this image? Oh, on hand. Yeah. Is Google the owner?
Yeah.
This is what is really, really difficult. Here's what is really difficult. You gotta go back outside, James. You're having side conversations. I thought you could handle
I
it.
haven't talked once.
I've been watching them. And I can tell the people behind you are having issues, or in front of you are having issues with their hands. So please, James, I'll just have to give you a 0 on this assignment. You'll call home after and we'll explain. So, what's really, really tricky, what's really hard about this, is that Google helps me find this image. Google helps me look it up. Google doesn't own it. Does anyone see who owns this image? Brady.
Is it like that little like the white writing, if you click on that, I think it will bring you to like a website or like somewhere where. Yeah.
So if I hit visit, you can click the white writing too. I like to hit visit. This website actually owns this picture. And it's actually in Spanish. This is the source. So what I want you to know is you actually need to copy the link at the top and put it into your brochure. But I've watched sixth graders have a lot of trouble with copying the link at the top. Here's a trick that I learned. If you take your mouse and you put it right on top of the link and you click once, it will highlight the whole thing. Then you can right click on it. You can hit copy. You can go back. And is this an image source or is this an information source?
Information.
Image.
Information.
Right? It's an image source. We got an image.
Okay.
So I'm going to go underneath images. And I'm just going to paste it right there. And you might notice that it doesn't have like a blue link like one that's clickable, but Sky, if you hit enter, right at the end of that, just hit enter. It'll make it a clickable link. So this one right here, the sources one, is one you are working on the entire time. This one, you're just going to have nothing like this for information and images. And that's going to be kind of tricky because if you go and you cite information, it's not good enough to just tell me where you got the information. If you find words or sentences, you also need to do what?
You need to copy the link.
You need to copy the link and
And sentences.
you need to put those sentences in your own words. Here's what's so difficult about this. Dan, I'm just asking for your mother. What's so difficult about this is, say you go back and you want like an interesting fact about Chicago. So you might type in interesting facts about Chicago. You look at the different websites. Chicago fun facts. That looks interesting. I'll check that out. And it says
It's 237 square miles.
let's take this one.
Square miles.
Chicago has 119 hotels with 39,000 hotel rooms. Now you might see that one, and you might just right click and copy it, and you might go back to your brochure and underneath fact one, you might put it right there. But that, taking something and not putting it in your own words, is called what?
Plagiarism.
That is, copyright is not technically wrong, but the word I'm looking for is plagiarism. That's plagiarism.
Clickbait.
Even if you cite the source, that is plagiarism. What that means for you is you need to put this in your own words. Someone help me out. How could you put this in your own words? Chicago has 119 hotels with 39,000 hotel rooms.
Did you know?
How could you put that in your own words? Raise your hand.
And 1.
Tabitha.
Did you know Chicago has...
Did you know?
Wyatt. Josh. Reagan. I thought you had a hand.
I can do it. Yeah.
Sure, do it.
Maybe you could do like Chicago has over 100. Then you could like in hotel rooms with like over like blah 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 hotel rooms. Not like the exact numbers.
There you go. Another way you might say that is with over 40,000 hotel rooms in just Chicago. Illinois has some of the most hotels in the entire United States. What you need to know is if you don't put it in your own words, it's still plagiarism, even if you cite the source. So if you just paste this here and you go put the source, it's still plagiarism. So you might say something like, Chicago has over 40,000 hotel rooms. That might be one of your facts. And then you still need to go back to information. This website that you got it from, you need to copy. And you need to paste it right here. I'm going to tell you this right now, and this is like something you might really want to hear. If I come by and you have information or you have a picture and you do not have sources, I'm going to make you delete everything and start over. Because you are not going to give credit where credit is due. So you need to cite every source, everything needs to be in your own words. Now, I am going to give you this kind of layout, this outline, so you don't have to start from scratch. And I'm going to give you a link for that in a sec. Here's your job. In a second, you're going to turn your monitors on. Listen to all the directions first. In a second, you are going to turn your monitors on. You are going to go to the link I have at the front. And then you're going to shut your monitors back off, and you'll see why. So one more time, you are going to the link I'm going to put up on the front in just a sec. Then you are going to shut your monitors back off. Turn your monitors on right now. I'll have the link up in a sec.
What took you so long? Really?
Here's the link. You're just going to the link at the top. Right here. So you're just going to goo.gl/ and remember this is be capitalized. Once you're there, shut your monitor off.
Interior. Noise.
Yeah.
Oh god, there's so many people. Wait, what? We have to work together?
No, you're by yourself.
No. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
You gotta wait. You're not talking right now. Mason, get going. Then you should be quietly waiting for everybody else. Okay, once you're there, shut your monitors off. Sky, are you there? Thank you. Come on. So a couple things. This is my copy. And you might have noticed that because it's my copy, one I don't want you to change or edit, it says view only at the top in blue. You need to make a copy for yourself. There are going to be plenty of times where I say, hey, 6th grade, this is my copy. You need to make your own copy. I want you to watch how to do it, then I'll say, okay, go and you can do it. So everyone's watching. Lena, watch, okay? You are going to click File. Question, monitor's off, look up here. I'm just going to wait until everyone's looking up here. You are going to click File at the top, and you are going to go down to Make a Copy. And when you click that, it asks you, okay, we can make a copy, but what do you want to name it? And where do you want to put it? You do not need to type anything extra, but you do need to delete, copy of, and template at the end. So it just says travel brochure. So make sure yours just says travel brochure. And then this needs to be in your computer 6 folder. But when you click the folder, I think you guys are going to see that you don't see your computer 6 folder. Do you see that? To find your computer 6 folder, it's inside my drive.
What?
Well, that's my 8th grade. It's inside my drive. I'm waiting for you. I've asked you to stop talking like 10 times today. Rodney, this is you too. If you click the arrow next to my drive, you'll see your computer 6 folder in here once it loads. When this says travel brochure and it says computer 6 here, then you can click OK and then you can start. You need to click File, make a copy before you can start. Turn your monitors on. You can get going.
I think I can see myself. Go all the way down. Can you see? Oh, my God.
Go.
I'm not there. No, I'm not there.
I don't know you that well, but I know that if you disrespect your lesson, you're not going to follow that.
It should be up there. No, it should.
I have to go to a link.
Wait, what?
I just gave you a whole bunch of directions. It sounds like you missed all of those directions. So what? Take your hand up top. Over here.
How do you ever sure?
Why do I have to tell you directions the second time?
Delete the temple.
That's not fair.
Travel.
So one more time, here's what you do. Watch the front. You click file at the top. You click make a copy. You're going to delete where it says copy of, and you're going to delete template at the end. So it just says travel brochure. And then you're going to switch the folder to your computer 6 folder. I had to dig for mine. Mine's like buried in here somewhere. Then you did okay.
I left.
Log out.
There's so many people on this.
Yeah, so log out.
What's that background?
I left.
There you go.
My name.
I'm gonna do the place where I originally lived.
Corner here.
MAI.
What's happening?
How do I do this?
Rodney, please do this. Come on. Rodney, make a copy. I gave the directions 3 times at the front. Yes. Pick a city in Canada. Maybe do Toronto. Maybe do pick a specific city.
Is this how you spell Jacksonville? Is this how you spell Jacksonville? I don't know. I don't even remember.
Your name.
Okay, you're not talking for the rest of the hour.
Do we have to delete your name?
Yeah.
Turn the monitor, still to see. Guys, James, stop talking.
Still 8 people.
I don't know, but just look up city. Hold on, I gotta wait until everyone's done talking.
Same pale.
So you know, I'm just watching the clock. Anytime that there are people talking, I'm keep taking back after the bell. If I keep you through all 5 minutes of your passing time, that is on you. But I shouldn't have to ask 6 or 7 times. Yes, Chris. Didn't enter at the end. Yeah. Sky.
Yes, ma'am.
Your row. You're keeping us after the bell.
What?
Stop talking.
What the? What's chicken doing right here?
Wyatt.
How do you spell Jacksonville?
J-A-C.
How do you spell
I'm telling you.
C?
K.
Okay.
S-O-N. V-I-L-L. Okay, James, now you are calling. Keep talking. So I want to have you. We are up to 2 minutes. We're staying after the bell because you're still talking. It's crazy to me that I say you're staying 2 minutes after the bell because you're talking and there's still people talking.
Jacksonville, and I forgot how to spell a lot of things. How do you spell Illinois again?
Spell ill and then put annoying. I'm pretty sure you
Okay, we're staying 3 minutes after the bell.
Yes. Yeah, oh my god, I'm so happy to see my hometown. Whoa, wait, what? Oh my god. This is my hometown. Okay, I don't know where. I don't know what to do because I'm too excited. Should I use this one? This one?
I don't know how to explain. Like that one took me the whole class to explain what to do there. I don't have time to tell you what to do there. I'm sorry.
I know what to use. Where's that good picture? There's a good picture of the water fountain. Huh. I'm gonna cry.
Stop. Every single image of each message. Listen, right now you can log off. I'll take my time back once everyone's logged off. So I'm not starting the time until everyone's logged off. Stay in your seat.
Guys, get off your computer.
Sky.
Sky. Turn it off, Sky.
That was Sky.
Lena, would you log off, please? Let's go back over. Tomorrow, if we have this many issues with talking, those of us who have been really respectful, you'll get to make your travel brochure and you'll get to do what you want. Those of you who are being disrespectful, I'm giving you a 0 on the assignment, and I'm going to give it back instead. You earn the ability to do something fun in here. You all the time are just doing fun projects. And you guys still goof around, you still talk the entire time I'm talking. And that's not fair. Cheyenne's road, no. Rodney, your throat can go, but you've got to stay. Jayla, tonight, you can go. These next 2 rows can go. Charlotte, your row can go. Sky, you've got to stay.
I thought you left me. No, I know. You done pedo? I'm peeled because of you now. What? I'm peeled. Oh. can't leave you. I'm waiting for you.
You shouldn't wait at the.
Can you hold this? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm still.
That's why the closest I ever get to high heels are dress shoes. The dress shoes.
I'm over here. Oh, thank.
And it's like hard to walk.
People are like, who are you just? Why are you just not all fancy? I love my high heels.
No wonder. I haven't taken it out.
Okay, guys, no.
I got them from a very short person with very small feet. And they were an adult. See me maybe sometime.
Come in. Look.
I can do like half of Mary.
Look how much time it's been. No.
Wait, how much time have you been on?
Since.
My violin at home, so I can't do anything. Tinkle, 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 tinkle.
Okay, I was so pissed off.
What do you need from your
I raised my hand for a state, and the state was going to have it. I was like, Illinois. If you do Illinois. There's this one particular town I lived in. It's called, it's named Jacksonville. Jacksonville. Are you trying to go for the Jake one?
Okay, let's try it over.
Have the.
I don't always do that.
Oh, the bell has rung.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have two quick announcements before the end of the day regarding after-school clubs. Both the healthy cooking class and weightlifting club are canceled. So no healthy cooking class and no weightlifting after school today. Thank you.
Emma, bring a carpet with you.
This actually does feel warm.
Why though?
It feels warm.
Why?
I don't know. It feels warm. Okay, here comes stuff.
I'm even taller than my waist now. You will be taller with your waist.
You don't need to. I have to check because I left my violin at home. I get on the bus and I don't even notice that